Melee, how you doing? Bobby Dirkens here. Thank you so much for joining me for my reaction to the 2019 college football playoff selection. Lord, I tell you, that committee got together today, and I think they actually did a pretty doggone good job. In years past, I thought they took a 2-year-old little boy and just his pamper, set him down in the middle of a bunch of mascots and team logos, mostly Alabama, and whoever he reached his hand down in his little diaper and pulled out the pee-pee and wiped it on, that was who was in. But this year, they put down the meth and decided to pick up their brains. They did a pretty good job. So who's in? Number 1 seed. This team was in before they ever played the first game. And Lord knows, even if they'd lost a regular season game and the SEC championship, Mama Saban was going to get them in. Number 1, Alabama. And number 2, their paws over my heart. My blood runneth orange. There is also some type of genetic defect there that penicillin shots will not fix. But Clemson Tigers, definitely in. Number 3, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. In years past, Touchdown Jesus has been up there going, y'all blew it again. And this year, he's like, praise me, we're in. And number 4, second year in a row, y'all ought to give that boy a bunch of money, Lincoln Riley and the Oklahoma Sooners. Now, if you watch me, and if you don't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because you can have this pure insanity and blessing from God every day of the year and know when it's coming up. I said 3 of these 4 teams was most likely going to end up in the college football playoff. I definitely believed that Alabama and Clemson was going to be in it. Strongly felt that Oklahoma was going to be there. Between you and I didn't see Notre Dame that much. I felt like they would have a decent season, but not this. But they've done quite well, and there they are. So, let me break it down. I've got a screen right here. That's what I'm pointing to. So, it's not like I'm having flashes or some type of hot flashes or something. So, where's the games, what's going on, and who's playing who, when, and where? So, December the 29th is the day the first round is going on, right? So, it's going to be December 29th, 4 p.m., in Arlington, Texas, the Cotton Bowl. It's going to be number 2 Clemson versus number 3 Notre Dame. A couple of years ago, Deshaun Kaiser, Deshaun Watson, all the Deshaun brothers, they all got together, they played, went down to the last minute, Clemson beat them. It was a great game. That's at 4 p.m. on December 29th. The same day, in Miami, Florida, at the Orange Bowl, at 8 p.m. Yes, 8 p.m., 4 hours later, you're going to have number 1 Alabama versus number 4 seed Oklahoma. I'm going to do something quite different. I'm not going to sit here and tell you about all the good things about each team. Lord, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, everybody's doing that, and it's getting quite boring. You know why most all these teams are good. Most know, even if you kind of follow them, you know who the good players are. I'm going to give you the cons right down to my Tigers of what's wrong with each team and what could be their demise. So, if you get your feelings hurt, if you're like a little 3-year-old that gets to whining because mama didn't put enough ice in your juice, you might want to turn it, because I'm going to probably hit some nerves even on my Tiger fans. And the first person who says I'm not a good Tiger fan, I will punch you in the face, even if you're an old woman. Here we go. Number 1, Alabama. Well, we know what you can do. We know who your coach is, and we know who your quarterback is. Lord, it was shoved down our throats every time we even flipped by a major sports network. Well, the deal is, your quarterback started getting a little pressure on him. And then he finally threw an interception. I mean, granted, he's talented, and I actually like the kid and think he comes from a good family. And he's one of the good things about college football. I'm just talking about playing here, as I said. Don't get sensitive. Don't be a douche. Don't be a snarky. I'm just telling the truth. Here we go. I'm not going to say that again. Once he started getting hit, he started getting hurt. You're going to get hit in football. And unlike all these other people who's going through concussion protocol, I just figured out once you put a bunch of guys who lift weights all the time on the field running at each other at full speed, something bad could happen. And that's something bad has happened. He's got hurt, and I hate that for him personally. But when you're out there trying to field a team, it's not good when you automatically start getting hurt once you finally start getting hit. That's one major concern for y'all. Next thing is, exactly how good is your defense? We saw Georgia manhandle you, and my God, they gave the game away with a little bow put on top, addressed from Santa to Nick. From Saint Nick to y'all's Nick. I mean, they gave it away. I'm not saying y'all didn't win. I'm just saying they did what they did. So exactly how good is your defense? That's a question I have for Alabama. Going up against your foe, Oklahoma. Oklahoma, you, sir, do not have a defense. I know you brought in Ruffin McNeil and he's made it more competitive, but like, seriously, I think y'all put mannequins out there in Oklahoma uniforms and y'all do nothing. Nothing. That's all I'm saying. I don't even have to go that much farther. I've already lost you and pissed you off that bad. Now, let's go to the Cotton Bowl game with Clemson. I'm going to start with Notre Dame, then I'm going to Clemson. Notre Dame, your fans told me in the preseason that y'all's former quarterback who's still on the team, who I think is a really good quarterback, or is a really good athlete, but I don't think he's a good quarterback. You can be a great athlete, switch positions, go to the NFL, and make more money than all of us. That's not a slight at you as an athlete. That's saying you're playing the wrong position. Right? Right? Everybody's an adults here. I mean, if you've got your panties in a wad, you're probably kin to it. So, here's the deal. Your former quarterback, who's still on the team, everybody told me oh boy, he's throwing the ball really good. He's like he went to one of those tent revival meetings on the side of the road down here near the fair, and somebody laid hands on him, he's healed, he can throw the football. Y'all beat Michigan. I was like, well, maybe. And then guess what happens? Ian Book replaces him. My question to you, how is your team going to do against pressure? Like real, true pressure. Really, really good pressure. And then the next thing I would turn around and I would ask you, what truly high-powered offense have you played this season? I know it's really a question for all four of these teams between you and I. I'll have to hand Oklahoma, they did have to face West Virginia, but the truth is, they have no defense. They just outscored them. So Notre Dame, I really don't know how you're going to fare against Clemson. Now, for my Tigers, save the best for last, and this could possibly hurt. I was sitting at the game when y'all played South Carolina. Now, I'm not going to give you too much down the road because you still won 3 touchdowns, but I'm having to be analytical, and hopefully this will help you in some sort, though I very well doubt the coaches will listen to anything I say, but I appreciate them. They're great, and they're awesome. We saw South Carolina snap the ball fast on you. There was a lot of confusion in the secondary. There was a lot of miscommunication. There was a lot of question marks. There was guys still getting lined up when they snapped the ball, and that's how Jake Bentley threw for 510 yards on you. Now, granted, our front seven is the best defensive front seven that will play out of all 4 of these teams. If you don't like that and you think it's just because I'm wearing this shirt, well, you're wrong. But if the secondary is going to sit around and be confused and wonder and be out of position and die for interceptions that they should just try to knock down, and instead the ball goes through their arms and to the receivers, and he's running downfield for a touchdown, this is not the time for that. This is not the time for that. So, y'all, I might even actually be a little harder on Clemson than I am on the rest of you because I have a really big vested interest in this. I want my team to win the national championship. Secondary, you got to get your crap together. You cannot play around with the likes of any of these teams. I've watched all 4 of these teams, and I know them pretty well. Not as well as I know Clemson, but I know these teams pretty well because I just love college football. You cannot play around in the secondary. And if you think that you can, you may want to turn in your jersey tomorrow because one of these 4 teams, well, one of these 3 teams can and will beat you if you don't. As far as our front defensive line, continue to do what you've been doing. Don't change a thing. On the offensive side of the ball, continue to block well. Continue to block well. For our punt returns, do not muff the darn ball. Do not do it no matter who is back there. I have seen that this season. Oh, I've got this. Well, Bobby, you got to understand that punt return is very... Listen to me, I ain't on full scholarship at the number 2 team in the country doing that. I understand it's a suicide mission. If you've got questions about it, you don't know if you should be doing it or can be doing it or why, if you might be nervous about doing it, you might want to get somebody else to do it. What am I saying? We cannot play around. We cannot play around in the secondary, and we cannot play around with our special teams unit. Well, there you go. there you go. Probably pissed off everybody, and you're going to turn off this video. It's perfectly fine with me. Leave your comments below. Go ahead and subscribe. Also, I got an album on iTunes and Amazon and a bunch of those things. It was my ode to South Carolina, picking on them, South Carolina Gamecocks. Go ahead and pick your Dookie Chicken. Check it out. It's for sale on iTunes and get on Amazon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pass this around to everybody who loves college football. And to my Clemson Tigers, congratulations to you. I never thought that I would live to see the day that you win 4 consecutive ACC championships, 4 consecutive college football playoff appearances, making it to the national title 2 out of those 3 past years, and winning the national title. I believe we're going to win a national championship this year. I'm sticking to it. Why not? This is my team, but I really believe they will. Anyway, thanks so much. Remember, y'all keep showing up. Lord knows, I'll keep showing out. Bobby Dirkens.